People of the internet, the Brendon Schaub saga continues, and boy, oh boy, just like you, I cannot get enough. You know, since he announced that he's going to Texas with Bryan Callen, I am just waiting to see what drama unfolds because, boy, is it good when it comes to Brendon Schaub. So today we're looking at the podcast Cringes video. Brendon Schaub confronts Bryan Callen over rumors he's leaving The Fighter and the Kid. Guys, let's see what happens here. This is getting juicy, and man, all right, here we go.
Then he goes, man, yeah, I talked to Bryan. So, I mean, how long you guys think you do firing the kid? Like, well, he goes, yeah, clearly you guys don't like doing it.
I never said that.
But he was like, what? And I'm like, you're so off.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
Yeah, isn't that weird though?
It's gonna go strong.
Yeah, isn't that weird?
Yeah,
I was like, oh, you're so off.
People get different ideas.
That's kind of creepy, right? Brendon's just like kind of passive aggressive there. Like, isn't that weird, huh? Yeah, that's weird, isn't it? Yeah. This is getting good, man. Is you know what I'm thinking is the downfall might happen before they even get to Texas. Like the blowout, like they've already sold their houses and bought houses. This is getting crazy.
Yeah. Weird, right?
I'm
Weird
curious.
takeaway.
They've only just announced their move to Austin, and already there's trouble in paradise. Bryan Callen's been talking shit, and it came back to Brendon, who decided to bring it up during the latest episode of The Fighter and the Kid. Instead of talking about it off camera, Brendon thought he'd make it as awkward as possible by bringing it up on their failing podcast. And gone are the days when Brendon would straight up bully Callen on camera. Now he's refined his style into a more passive-aggressive confrontation where he drops an accusation while smiling through gritted teeth. He does the same thing with Bryan's allegations. Brendon's the sole reason why everyone still knows about them, because he'll randomly bring them up to remind everyone and then mask it off by saying how funny Bryan is and the allegations have ruined his life.
I have a very close friend, my best friend, who's falsely confused. But I'll get emotional here. It drives me, if we're being honest, leave this, Chin. Don't edit this out. I'm speaking from my fucking heart. I know you're not going to like this. I'm going to look right. It drives me fucking nuts. Nuts. It drives me nuts. And you want to outcast him over some bullshit? That's what I don't with. That's what upsets me. So what makes me proud and not mad, I'm trying to get mad. What makes me proud is he's not going to lash out about it. Bryan's cool. Bryan goes to work.
Yo, this is just weird, man.
Bryan's doing the road. Bryan's trying to sell tickets. But I'll tell you right now, I don't forget. That shit's not cool with me. That's why you don't see me at those fucking places.
The irony is, Bryan's comedy career had a massive boost at the beginning of this year when he went down to Austin to record his new comedy special at Rogan's Comedy Club and sold out every show. That's the power of Rogan's celebrity. He'll drag in an average comic for a weekend and every single show will sell out fast. But not only that, Bryan also did a solo episode of JRE to boost his profile, which is something our boy Bappa hasn't had the pleasure of doing since 2022, almost 3 years ago.
Here's the thing, right? This Joe Rogan thing is wearing off for these comics because it wore off for Joe Rogan. It's wearing off for Joe Rogan because here's the deal, right? These guys could get away with all of this, but the breaking point was Joe Rogan's special. When he released that special and it was so bad, and people were just like, what? And it's like these guys can get all the boost, but his special isn't out yet. Bert Kreischer's special's coming out. Andrew Schultz, Bill Burr. I think Bill Burr will obviously deliver, but those other guys, are they going to be able to deliver? Because I think the bad specials have been coming, but the era of actually admitting their bad specials, that began with Joe Rogan. And these boys, they got to live up to something now. Before they could live off of Joe Rogan's bullshit, but now they got to live up to something. And I'm telling you, a lot of these guys, look, Ari Shaffir just released that special like a month ago. Have you heard about it? Like, people are waking up to this, man. People are waking up. Have you heard about his special? He didn't even have a review on IMDb. Like, nobody cared enough. These guys, they better have got their paychecks while they could.
Bear in mind that Brendon Schaub is the most frequent guest in JRE history.
I don't think about ratings.
No, you don't. I'm saying.
But that's why I have them.
That's right.
See what I'm saying? Like, it's not about ratings.
Right.
Like, if you sit around thinking about the ratings, do you think you would be on?
No. No. What do you mean?
Dude, Joe Rogan, like, okay, guys. Joe Rogan is a dick. Could you imagine, like, it's just like, it's got to suck really bad to be on a podcast that is heard all over the world by millions of people. And Joe Rogan just straight up and it just says, if it was about ratings, do you think your sorry ass would be on? That's what he's saying. Like, you wouldn't have a shot. You ain't shit, dog. Do you think you would be here? You wouldn't be on my show because no one cares about you. I have to tell you something, though. Every time I've made a Bryan Callen video, nobody cared either. It's just crazy. People just don't care about Bryan Callen. I mean, a little bit of me feels sad. I mean, less people care about me. Let's be real. Like, nobody cares about me. So that's why I'm so okay with not caring about it. Because nobody cared in the first. Oh man, dude, I don't even know. Why do I make these videos? Jesus Christ.
Be on this show right now.
Imagine if I was like saying things. Yeah, how'd that come across? Can we do that again? Let me do that again.
You didn't even get it.
Yeah,
You didn't even catch it.
Oh, you fucker. Oh, wait a minute. Hey, you motherfucker.
And so this move to Austin is looking like it's going to mostly benefit Bryan. Instead of traveling around the country doing gigs to feed his families and pay child support, he will likely tee up a regular spot at the mothership, which will honestly probably pay more than his tours do because Joe Rogan's known to be quite generous and give comedians most of the door. However, one thing we know about Brendon is that he's a shark when it comes to business. He will no doubt have massive plans to make a comedy comeback and finally get a spot on stage at the mothership as well, a place he's previously been banned from performing at. But I'll get into the rumors that Bryan Callen is leaving The Fighter and the Kid in just a moment, because today I'm wearing my fresh new Business Shark tee and hoodie, which you can get exclusively from the Podcast Cringe merch store. Anyway, check out the links below or just head straight over to podcastcringe.com to get your Business Shark tee and hoodie, as well as a bunch of other exclusive designs only available from the Podcast Cringe merch store.
I told you to remind me. I'll do this off air, but we can do it here. A mutual friend of ours apparently talked the other day. Talked to him today and he goes, man, yeah, I talked to Bryan. So, I mean, how long you guys think you do Firing the Kid? I go, and he goes, yeah, clearly you guys don't like doing it. And I go,
Huh?
you're talking to Brendon, man. It's me. He goes, yeah, I know. It's running a short leash. You guys gonna stop doing it when you get to Austin? I go, Fighting the Kid? He goes, yeah. I go, oh, Bubba, let me go through this right.
You can tell. You can just look at Bryan Callen's face and see that he's just trying to play it off like he didn't say all that stuff. You know, Bryan said that. Here's the thing. Bryan should have just got out when Theo did. The thing is Theo had options. Bryan needs a paycheck, and like his career, his comedy doesn't lift him up like other these guys. And Brendon Schaub's still making money. As much as he gets made fun of, he's going out there creating opportunities. Bryan Callen has been stuck in this podcast when he wanted to leave a long time ago because he needs the money. He doesn't have the opportunities. So I mean, honestly, people would probably watch Brendon Schaub by himself because more than this. I don't know. I don't even really know what's going on in the world of Schaub, to be honest.
Firing a Kid could make $0, and me and Bryan would still do it every week.
Yeah.
It's never been about the money.
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with that.
It's all about
He goes, really? I go, yeah. He goes, oh, I just figured the vibe, like after talking to Bryan, talking to you, I went,
oh, man.
So off,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah.
I said, I talk to Bryan every day.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, I thought you only talked to me in the studio. I'm like, buddy. I said, dude, I can't tell you how off you are. He goes, really? I go, yeah.
Who
dude.
is this?
I'll tell you off air.
Oh, it's so funny.
I said, you either taking what I'm saying out of context or what Bryan's out of context. I said, I can't.
We're not talking enthusiastically because
I said, I can't emphasize it. Or maybe when he's talking to us, there's just issues, maybe. I don't know.
I never said that.
But he was like, what? And I'm like, you're so off.
Yeah,
Way
that's
off.
hilarious.
Yeah.
We're going to Austin together to do.
Yeah, I told him, I said, Bryan bought a house before me. He goes, really? I never thought he was going to go. I'm like, yeah, he bought the house before I did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, we're doing.
Now we
podcasts.
both have houses. Yeah.
And it's going.
Isn't that weird, though?
It's going to go strong.
Yeah, isn't that weird?
Yeah.
I was like, oh, you're so
people
off.
get different ideas.
Yeah. Weird, right?
I'm
Weird
curious to see
takeaway.
who it is.
Yeah, you'll know.
It's so hard to watch. You know, there's like good drama, and then it's just like, this is getting painful for these guys. I think what might even happen is it all might blow up before they even get to Austin. Then what do? Look at Brendon. Look at them both looking down right here. You see this? He's realizing that he lied, and he's realizing that he knows that he lied. And then they're both realizing this is going to be awkward. Look at him. Everything in one picture. You see that? It's crazy, man.
Very interesting.
Okay, this is actually fucking crazy. There is so much loaded in there. Basically, there are two options in my opinion. The first one is Bryan has been talking shit about Brendon and the podcast, and as usual, our boy Bupper is the 12th man on the deal team and has to find out from somebody else about personal matters like this one. Alternatively, Bryan and Brendon's mutual friend was trolling Brendon. I think both options are equally valid. I've honestly heard it both ways. If you ask me though, I'd say that Bryan's been hinting to people that he's going to part ways with Brendon depending on how things go down in Austin. And there's something that Brendon said there that makes me think that. I didn't realize that Bryan was the first one to buy a place down there. I think a lot of us were thinking that Brendon was going to be more keen to move than Bryan was, and Bryan would either need a lot of convincing or would just end up staying back in LA. See, Bryan's made a career out of being a Hollywood extra as well as doing stand-up comedy, and the options are going to be limited when he moves to Texas. However, like I was saying earlier, it makes sense that Bryan has a massive opportunity to resurrect his comedy career at Rogan's Comedy Club, given that they've been friends for decades. But there's one more thing that I just can't get past. Brendon saying that they'll keep doing the podcast even if it's making $0 is absolutely wild. That right there just proves that somebody else is bankrolling his whole operation. How is it even possible to pay several staff as well as Bryan's monthly appearance fee with $0 coming through the door? You guys know my theory. His dad, Peter Schaub, is keeping the lights on and covering the bills as a tax write-off and to keep his boy busy and out of trouble. But there's no way to know that for sure. I mean, I've also speculated that Brendon secretly isn't getting paid for doing ad reads, he's just doing them to keep up appearances and be like his buddies.
Do you think it's crazy? Here's the thing, though. Did you see that house they lived in? That house was expensive. Like, why, like, first off, why do you get such big houses? Like, why would you want to pay 20? I think his mortgage or whatever was something like $20-something thousand a month. That's like, what? Why do you need that much house, man? That's crazy. But anyways, I don't know, like, how, like, well, I guess I don't. Who's Peter Schaub? His dad? I don't know that. I mean, I'm not like that deep in the Brendon Schaub lore, but I mean, can he, like? That's a lot of money every month to bankroll. If he's got it like that, that's a lot of money.
Just take a look at how he throws one of his sponsors under the bus by admitting his gums are wrecked from sucking on too many nicotine pouches.
I think when I go to Texas, I got to go under and have someone work on his teeth, but I have to go under.
You do?
Yeah, I'd have to be knocked out.
What do they have to do to you?
I don't know.
Cover them?
Yeah. I can't touch anything.
Really?
Nothing with sugar.
Because the holes,
Daddy's in shape because I can't eat sugar.
But because it's you're
So sensitive. Oh, buddy.
Really?
Oh, buddy. Like
Wow.
like pain to my knees if I eat sugar.
What?
Yeah, but I haven't touched sugar in a year.
Man,
I know, isn't it great?
that's really good.
There's Ozempic,
That's
and
a
then just
tough
get
one.
cavities. Pick your poison.
Get-
Cavities
yeah.
or Ozempic.
Yeah, that's
I
impressive.
chose cavities.
Does it hurt on the outside too, like the side, or just on the bottom?
Sensitive where I do my nicotine, like the gums are all f***ed up down
Of
there.
course, because you do a ton.
So let's go to the
Gotta
dentist.
get you drilled up, Bubba.
You have to put me under like a Bengal tiger.
No.
They can give you Novocaine, can't they?
Oh, no. I can't do that. No, I can't be awake if you're going to touch my mouth.
But-
You ever had a dog that has a f***ed up paw and try and touch it? It goes, "Arr!"
Yeah.
That's me with my
Why if you have all that money would you not get your teeth fixed like right away? Why would you just let that pain continue? Like one of the benefits of being wealthy is being able to go to the doctor when something's wrong. Like most people just kind of go like, I can't afford that one, huh? Nope, no, couple grand, nope. Well, I guess we're gonna have to hope this one gets well on its own, you know? I just don't understand why you wouldn't just go get that fixed.
My teeth.
Bubba,
But I'm 240 pounds.
Bubba, we'll just shoot you out.
Yep, you touch my teeth.
We'll shoot you out with some numbing agents.
No. Here's the thing. I get anxiety even walking into the dentist.
Ah, the big old pussy Schaub. So I don't know how his sponsor, Rogue, would feel about Brendon saying a product that he's the ambassador for fucked up his gums. That's the kind of thing they'd probably don't want Bubba advertising. Stick to the script, B. Thank him. But let's get back to this move to Austin because this is going to actually be really interesting. We know this time last year, Brendon announced he was quitting comedy to focus on being a baseball dad and to be at home more for his sick daughter at the time. However, just a few weeks earlier, he divulged the real reason why the comedy scene in LA had become so unwelcoming towards him.
I feel like Joe Rogan really like shifted the mindset in comedy of like, we're not against each other, we're really together, and we can like, a rising tide can lift all boats.
Correct.
He seemed to be like the tip of the spear on
Yep,
that.
and then he took that ship and, he went to Austin. So that's the same philosophy out there in Austin. But, now LA's like Game of Thrones because the king's at it, got his head cut off. By head cut off, I mean he moved to Austin.
Yeah.
And then now it's back to survival of the fittest, which is fine. I can do both.
Yeah,
I can adapt with both. I'm down. But it was a better time when Rogan was in town.
How is it different?
See, you think that, but there's a whole comedy scene outside of Rogan. The thing is Rogan picked and choose who could be in his little world and who he brought up. It wasn't like he brought up all of comedy. Because there's like, I did like I showed on that video the day. There's a channel just as big as Kill Tony that I never even heard of comics that I never even heard of. See, the problem is, this is one of the problems with Rogan, is he's flooding everybody thinking this is the best comedy, and we're really missing out on a lot. I mean, there's a lot of comedy that I don't see because, I mean, this is like a focus, right? And they're like, I just, like, in my opinion, I think their comedy's so bad. I think it's so unfair to people that they're missing out, It's just really unfair that these guys are like polluting the airways.
It's just, when you got a guy at that magnitude going, this is how we do it. Everyone respects everybody. We support each other in every way possible, whether it's podcasts, putting each other on shows, like this is how we do it. Like people are like, I guess that, even if they didn't want it, like, that's what I got to do if that's what the guy says, and that's how he carries himself. We're going to do the same. So it was just a more welcoming time. Then he leaves, and that kind of standard's gone. And you still got the big boy. You got Santino and Bobby doing Bad Friends. You got Bert Kreischer. He just does his on his own. Segura's gone. Dio's gone. Tim Dillon's in and out, right? So it's just kind of everyone's spread, so that kind of, those kind of unspoken rules are gone. Which is, I'm down for the lawlessness town. I'm down for that. I'll survive in that, but it's just not as fun, if that makes sense.
As fate would have it, Bubba wouldn't be able to survive the LA comedy scene without Papa Rogan to get him through the door every night. That's why I'm so interested to see what happens when they head down to Austin. We know that Rogan had a talk with Schaub and explained to him that he's not a headliner yet and he has to put in the work to improve his act before Rogan will put him on stage. We've also heard Rogan deflect responsibility for bookings onto Adam Egert, who takes care of all of the bookings at the mothership. But now that Brendon hasn't been on stage for over a year, he hasn't been working on his craft or putting in the hours on stage to make it into the elite top 50 group of comedy assassins, how will Joe Rogan deal with Bubba's constant pestering and nagging to put him on, especially if Bryan's got a regular spot? If things go the way I think they will, Bryan eventually won't need the monthly paycheck from Brendon's dad, and Brendon will be stuck with a dead podcast and a dead comedy career. First it was Theo Von, and now it's looking like Bryan Callen will be figuring some stuff out. And it doesn't help that Brendon's completely innumerate.
Tucker's way bigger now that he's on his own, yeah?
Oh yeah, way bigger, way bigger. He's so good. He's undeniable. He's a super nice guy. He knows exactly why he stands where he stands. Like he's really thought out every position. It feels. Well, he's not a liar.
He was a little weird when he was on Fox because he's pushing the agenda. But then when he went on his own, I'm like, yeah.
Yeah,
well,
but he was
towards
also
the end of
fighting
Fox,
people who were
towards the end of his run, he was like the only guy on the news talking about real shit.
Yeah.
And
That's why he left.
and talking about things that were very controversial and people did not want him talking about.
And that's why they fired him, right?
They fired him when he was at the top. It was a lot of different things. There was multiple different. I mean, no one was happy.
Both their Fox and CNN ratings suck. Cock. Final Kid gets more views.
Yeah, it's at this point it's a weird medium because there's too many commercials. You have to watch it at the time that it's
That's
on.
how they make money through all the advertising. And it's all pharmaceutical companies.
It's just too hard to compete with the internet.
So I actually went and looked this up. In the past week, Fox News averaged 2.8 million viewers per night, and CNN averaged 500,000 viewers per night. Compare that to The Fighter and the Kid's 900,000 views for the past 30 days, and Fox News does more than 3 times the views that Brendon does in a month in just one night, and CNN isn't too far behind. Why Brendon makes shit up like that when it's easily verifiable will never cease to amaze me, but it makes more and more sense why Rogan tells Jamie to disable the live chat on Fight Companions. And Brendon...
Yeah, I mean, with those views, how are they keeping this going? Like, what is are they making money off this? Like, that's not like if you get 1 million views, that's not that like for a whole, what is that, $5,000 or something? Somewhere around there. Yeah, I think so. I think it's like $5,000, somewhere around there. I mean, you're not paying everyone's, you know what I mean? This is, man, see, I just never dug into if his dad's funding him, like there's a rabbit hole here. No wonder they got all those cat people looking into him, man. Is it just terrible to be famous, man? Just people just want to know about your life and want to talk about it and shit on you, and they want to love you. Is it? Are humans just a despicable race that need to be worshipped? Crazy, huh?
Brendon's clearly nervous about this move. It seems like he was a bit quick to pull the trigger on the move, and now he's getting cold feet.
Shannon, how are you feeling about Texas? Now that it's getting real?
I told my parents yesterday because they came to
How'd
visit
they
me
take
yesterday.
it? I did get a call from your dad.
I know. Was he crying or no?
No, he's like, I can't wait to get this kid out of here.
No, everyone's cool with it, man. Like I said, I
haven't got pushback from anyone. A few people expected, but for the most part, everyone's stoked.
Yeah, I don't have a wife. I don't have kids. Like,
yeah, you're the perfect kid.
Yeah, this is like the best time to give it a shot. So
up and go.
Dude, look at Bryan looking down and like kind of, dude, he's about to ruin these people's lives, isn't he? Oh. Look at dude, I keep pausing at the right time. Look at Brendon. Brendon's got a little attitude, something. Dude, this is gonna get good, man. It is gonna get good. I just see it. The writing's on the wall here.
yeah.
You get any pushback on your friends or family?
Oh no,
No, right?
not at all.
Most people are like, I can't believe we didn't go before.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. All of them.
Our boy AG from Toehold is like, I can't believe Brian's going. Everyone's like, I can't believe Brian's going. I'm like, yeah, man.
Yeah. Come on, man. Let's go.
Yeah, Brian's 100% been talking shit behind Brendon's back. He's got a plan, and I'm totally fucking here for it. Now,
We both said the same thing, man. It's gonna be good. Yeah. Dude, like for a while there, like it felt like the Brendon Schaub drama it's like beating a dead horse. Like, what else? This whole like Texas arc has definitely like piqued my interest in this. And I totally, Bryan, you just look at him. Brian's got something up his sleeve, and it might drop before, but if that, it really didn't matter if it was Brendon, right? If his dad's bankrolling this, he's fine. So, but when the producer kid's like, I don't got any, I'm just gonna move to Austin. Like, if you're young like that, if it doesn't work out, which is not going to work out, folks, it's not bad to be in Austin, but that sucks to like give up your life, and within like a month or two, this whole fighter and the kid thing's gonna tank, then all the producers and everybody that moved there are like kind of right. And like how many comedians are looking for podcast producers, you know? Oh, dude, Brian's gonna come out of this looking really bad because he doesn't have the guts to just do it like Theo Von did. He wanted to do it back when Theo did. This is gonna turn out bad for Bryan.
You guys know I don't like to be cynical, and I never make assumptions or create my own narratives. Seriously, who the fuck keeps adding shit to my scripts? Sorry. Anyway, apparently Texas has much looser family laws and actually caps monthly child support payments at $2,760 for 3 kids. I mean, everything helps, right?
The new Austin look, dude.
Dude, hair transplant, cowboy hat, and I fix my teeth, bro.
Oh, dude.
And your wife doesn't divorce you for that gay search history, dude.
Yeah, man.
My only issue with all of it, there's a million things you have to figure out, leave the studio, all this, but we'll figure all that out. And the kids are stoked, but I just don't think they realize the magnitude.
They don't yet, but they'll get, you know what kids do, especially boys, they adapt this quickly.
They will, especially I'll find his team, stuff like that. Yeah. And we'll end the season in May, so we'll leave after then.
You'll get yourself a Tesla. You'll be driving around with me. It's going to be great.
Never. Yeah, I'm excited. Be fun.
Yeah, me too. I can't wait.
A new journey, new chapter.
Fuck yeah, man.
It's going to be man.
Yeah. Be great.
What else you got, Jen?
Okay, is it just me, or was the whole vibe of this podcast fucking weird? It's like everyone in that studio has Stockholm Syndrome. Bryan sits there like a hostage, nodding and smiling, picking away at his hands, while Brendon looks around, forcing everyone to laugh at his shit jokes. It'll be interesting to see how much money Brendon's dad puts into the new podcast studio down in Texas. Maybe Papa Rogan can lease them some space for cheap in one of his warehouses or something, but honestly, at this point, they should really downsize everything and do it out of Brendon's house or something. Tiger Belly does way better numbers, and it's all run out of Bobby Lee's garage. Either way, it's going to be an interesting few months to see how it all pans out. Like I said, I've got my money on Callen coming out of this in a better position than he's in now, and Brendon will no doubt continue to redefine rock bottom. The guy would survive a nuclear holocaust. Anyway, make sure you check out the links below, or just head straight over to podcastcringe.com and check out all my new merch designs. Otherwise, sign up to my Patreon via the link in the description for my longer form uncensored content. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel on YouTube while you're here. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll catch you in the next one.
Yeah.
There you go, guys. You know, this is you know, I love the drama. I love the reality TV. I love a good story arc. But this is getting painful, you know. I think I'm not enjoying it as much because I know that other people are moving because they work on these shows, and Bryan's going to screw him over. And that sucks because I don't know if you've ever taken a job and then like something happened where it just ended or something happened. It's just like, if it's not your control and you lose your job because somebody else was an asshole, it's just like awful because you trust in them, you believe them, you follow them, and then they screw you. And Bryan doesn't have the courage to tell him, but he's going to do it in a way that is really fucked up. And maybe Bryan comes out better by being at the Comedy Store, but he's going to put himself on the board for being, even though it's Brendon Schaub, I think it's going to be something dirty. He's going to do something so dirty, it's going to outweigh the Brendon Schaub, you know, image and really make him look bad. That's what I think. Who knows?